Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Lydia with Raindrop Lila, and today I wanted to show you guys what I'm working on. I'm actually working on a journal cover, and I started with this. This is actually a quilt, and I have actually some extras that I will be bringing to my shop soon, but I'm still working on putting them together. So if you guys are interested in doing something like this, stay tuned because these will be coming to my shop soon. Okay, so basically what I did was I cut a quilt. I think it's vintage. I cut this quilt and I cut it into a size that I thought would work for my for a journal. So what I did was I grabbed a piece of paper so you guys can kind of see the size. So when I cut my quilt, I cut it just a little bit bigger than this piece of paper because I'm going to fold my pages in half to make the journal, right? But as I sewed everything on here, it kind of scrunched it down a little bit, and now you can see the felt on the sides. And so it got just a little bit smaller, but I think it's gonna be fine. Plus I added this ruffle on the side, so that's gonna kind of extend it a little bit, so I think it's good. Okay, so I just wanted to share kind of how I worked on this. So I started with one of these pieces, right? This I actually cut just a little bit bigger, okay? But so I started with a quilt like this, and I was gonna just go ahead and use the quilt as it is, right? But then I don't know why I just decided I want to take it apart and kind of quilt it myself with this pink felt, and then add this as the backing. I just like that idea more, and I also wanted to do a lot of slow stitching on the cover. So I've been kind of working on this for about a month, kind of on and off. So that's what I did. I came in here and I just unraveled this where it's stitched. I just cut it off, and so then I just use the top cover, right? So you can probably use any sort of fabric if you wanted to, but that's what I did. And then I grabbed my felt piece and then this piece, right, and I backed it up. So that's what I started with. And then what I did was I went back in and I grabbed some of the fabric that I had, and I tried to find flowers that were similar, and then I just cut around each petal. So it was really a lot of work. Like it is something that you're gonna not want to kind of rush through. It's kind of a job that I knew that I really wanted to do this. I saw some images on Instagram and on Pinterest of some of this type of work, like textile work, and I've wanted to try it for a while, but I was actually quite a bit intimidated by just the sheer amount of work that I thought it would be, and I was also not quite sure how it would work out or how to do it, if that makes sense. But I really do love playing with fabrics, and I love the idea of kind of manipulating it with your stitching and just kind of creating different gathers, if that makes sense, to add texture to the pieces. And I also did just a lot of different slow stitching on here. I tried to use like the blue on this flower, and then the inside is like creams and different colors of like different yellow colors. Let's see. So that's how it looks. And so technically the background is what was the guide for the work, and then I went back and I looked for flowers that I can cut out the petals. And when I would cut out the petals, a lot of times when you make the gathers like this, they'll get smaller, they'll kind of shrink because you're kind of compressing a full petal onto like So then I would end up using maybe double or 1.5 petals from something like this. I don't know if that makes sense. Or I would use a bigger one for a smaller size petal and then just compress it down for that texture. And then here are these little flowers. These ones I just cut out and then I just sewed them on there. I think they're so cute. It was really a fun project. I'm obviously not done with it. I just finished the flowers. I think I'm done with the flower part. And I started with the ruffle on the side. And then I think I already showed you guys how it looks on the inside. It's a little bit messy, but I tied it up and it's okay because I'm going to sew the backing, right? Okay, so then, but look at all that stitches. Oh my gosh. It's just crazy, so many stitches. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna sew this. I'm gonna have another ruffle on this side too. I just love this fabric. Let me show you guys. I've been actually looking for different fabrics and laces to work with this, with these colors. So that's another thing I've been working on. And I found this piece and I think it's so pretty. So this is what I'm using for a ruffle. It was actually a blouse and I went to a thrift store and I found a blouse and I've been cutting it up to use, okay, for my ruffles because I love this, what is it called, like dotted Swiss pattern. I think it's so pretty and I love the cotton. I think it looks really well. It goes so well with this whole look, right? Okay, and another thing that I'm doing is I've actually been working also on a digital collection to go with this kit because when I saw this quilt, it was a little bit more than I would have wanted to spend on it, but then I thought, okay, I'm gonna make a journal and then I'll make some kits also for my shop. But then I also thought, gosh, I really want to make a printable that will work really well with this kit, that will just match it. So that's what I've been working on, kind of on and off for the past month or so. But then again, I have a lot of projects I'm always working on, so I kind of like jump around a lot. But that's been like my thing this past month, is making a kit to work with this. And then I have this kit with a bunch of different pastel like letters and florals, and I think this will be a really great addition to this journal. So anyways, I know a lot of you guys wanted like an up close look to this journal cover to kind of see how I did it, and so I thought I'd get on here and share really quickly, because sometimes when like the mood strikes me, I'll just sit down and do some sewing. And so I wanted to be able to kind of show you guys how it looks. And once I've completed this, like this cover, I think I'm going to start another one, and maybe the next one I start, maybe I'll do it on camera so you guys can see. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that, because then I can try to do it on camera. Sometimes I hesitate with creating on camera because it's not always easy. I feel like when the mood strikes me, I'll just sit down and create, and sometimes it's not that easy to film at the same time. But if I know that there's a lot of interest, I'll put an effort to do that, because I would love to share with you guys. But yeah, sometimes I feel like I might freeze, if that makes sense, in my creativity when I have to create on camera. That's why I think that sometimes it's easier to create something first, especially since this was like really experimental for me. I wanted to create it first so I kind of know what I'm doing, and then the second one I can kind of show you guys what I did in the first one, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's kind of my Here's some more pieces that I cut out of. See, I just cut the flowers out. And so I love this idea because I feel like it gives so much dimension to the cover, and it was really exciting to see it come out. So yeah, let me know if you guys like this and if you guys would like to see more, and I'll work on filming another, like maybe a whole cover where I do the sewing and the stitching. Maybe I'll show you guys how I do each petal or something. Okay, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye bye.